Hi guys, it's Carmen again. I just put Blake to sleep, so now I can do another video. So, if you guys haven't watched the video I just did, then you should go check it out. So Blake is almost 13 months old. So how old is Blake? He was probably about 3. No, he's probably like 4 months old. At his 4-month checkup, his doctor was doing her exam and everything, and she goes, "Have you guys noticed have you guys noticed him breathing differently?" We were like, "No, why?" And she goes, "Because his mouth is really, really blue," and it was like blue around here. And she goes, "Well, maybe it's just because he's so pale." And she goes, "Well, because Blake has a heart murmur, and I think most kids these days have heart murmurs. I had one when I was younger. Anyways, and so he has a heart murmur and everything, and his doctor was like, let's do an EKG, or I want to do an EKG just to make sure, because it looked really, really odd. So we did an EKG, and of course I bawled my eyes out because I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong, something's wrong. Well, they did the EKG when he was 4 months old, and everything turned out fine. So she goes, okay, just want to check, just keep an eye on him, and if it happens again, just let me know. So yesterday I was in class, and my mom texted me, and she goes, call me. And I was like, oh my gosh, something happened. So I called her, and she said that when Blake was eating his breakfast, his mouth did that thing again, and it was really, really, really blue, like blue purple. And I had been noticing, like, when Blake cries, his, like, the inside of his mouth turns deep, deep, deep purple. But I just assumed that it's because he's crying, because he's breathing differently, so you don't have as much oxygen as you would normally, like as if you weren't crying. So I've been noticing, sorry, allergies. I've been noticing that lately, but I didn't think anything of it. And I had my mom call the doctor. Sorry, I'm home alone and I heard something weird. That's it. It's like someone's like hitting my car. Oh well. Oh gosh, what was I saying? Oh, so I had my mom call the doctor just to kind of see if she'd want to see him. And so, of course, they asked her a million questions like, is he having trouble breathing? My mom was like, no, he's not having trouble breathing. She's like, is his entire body blue? And my mom's like, no, his mouth is just blue. He's breathing and eating just fine. And of course, they're like, you need to go to the emergency room. My mom's like, my mom's a nurse. So she's not she's not oblivious to that kind of stuff. Like, if there was an emergency and if it looked like he was having trouble breathing, she would definitely take him to the emergency room. But I guess she said she got her booty chewed because she didn't take him in the emergency room. But we didn't take him in the emergency room. We just made a doctor's appointment. So I left class early yesterday and met her at the doctor's office because the doctor's like, I want to see him. So we get there and she said, it's been almost a year since we did his first EKG. So let's do another one and see what that says. So they did the EKG. Well, first they did like an oxygen thing on his toe, and his oxygen level was like 97. It wasn't 100%, but it wasn't like in the 70s or 80s or anything. So his oxygen level was good, And so they did the EKG, and I thought he wasn't going to do very good with it. Like, I thought he was going to rip everything off, because when he was 4 months old, that's what he was doing. He cried, he didn't want to sit still, he pulled everything off, so we had to sit there forever. And this time the medical assistant was like, will he lay there for this test? And I was like, honestly, I don't think he'll lay on his back, and honestly, I think he'll rip everything off. But I was like, let's try and see what he does. And to make a long story short, he did perfect. He laid on his back. He played. My mom brought him like his little play cell phone, and he sat there and played with his cell phone and talked and blah 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 blah. He did so good. He didn't even care that there were patches all over him or that he was connected to a machine. He couldn't have cared less, and he did such a good job. So it went by really fast. They did their thing. And the doctor came in and looked at it, and she said it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't anything that he didn't need to go see a cardiologist right then and there. I mean, if it was an emergency and if she thought something was really wrong, we could have went and had an echocardiogram done, like that second. But she said it wasn't necessary right then. So she sent in a referral because she wants us to speak with a cardiologist. And so sometime this week, hopefully, like tomorrow, I get a phone call from them. We're supposed to schedule his appointment to do that, to do his echocardiogram. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's just an ultrasound of his heart, and it shows the blood flow through his heart, which I think would be cool. I don't think anything's wrong, but just to rule out anything with his heart would be fantastic. It could be because he's pale. I don't think he's pale as much. Like, I've seen other kids who are really, really pale. I think Blake has, like, I would consider olive skin, but I don't know. I just hope that nothing is wrong, and I hope that everything's okay. And I think everything is okay, so I can update you guys on his appointment after the fact. I don't know when it's going to be. There's no specific day. Hopefully tomorrow's Friday, so it won't be this week. Hopefully it's the beginning of next week, if not tomorrow. So that's that. And at Blake's 12-week appointment, he was 22 pounds, 11 ounces, and 30.5 inches long, and that was 3 weeks ago. He'll be 13 months in a week. I think, what else is new with him? His new thing right now is saying the word gawk. Don't know why. Like, he can say dog, he can say duck, he can say shark, he can say mommy, mama, dad, daddy. Our dog's name is Cadence, and he can say, he calls her K. Not calls her that, but when I say, where's Cadence? He goes, K, K, K. He said telephone today. He said, telephone. He can say up. And these aren't things he says all the time, but will consistently say, like when he goes like this, we'll say up, and he'll say up. But lately, everything is guck or gawk. He'll point, and he'll say it. I'm like, that's not what that's called. It's kind of like he just stopped using his words and made up his own word, which is kind of funny. And he is so talkative these days. All he does is babble and baby talk. And he points to stuff that he wants, everything. He points to it. If he eats all of his food on his high chair and say he was eating grapes or strawberries or whatever he was eating, and he could see the strawberries sitting on the counter, he would point to the strawberries and kind of go, to tell you that he wants more. So I kind of can't wait for him to actually start talking, because then he can tell you what he wants instead of like whining for it or whatever. Talking so much, my throat hurts. Blake. Trying to make this video all about Blake since I didn't post his 12-month update video. We got, I had family in town for Blake's birthday party. I have family in Georgia and Alabama, and so they came down for Blake's birthday party and surprised us. And my godmother bought me a diaper bag from a company called 31, which I had never heard of. And it's really cute. It's like a jean material, and I don't know, it's really cute. It has a G on the front for our last name, or my soon-to-be last name, I guess you'd say. It has a G, and it has really big pockets, and it's really cute. Since Blake is a toddler now, she was like, "You don't need a diaper bag." So, I still have all of our diaper bags. I will always have them. I will keep them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever because they remind me of like Blake when he was younger. And I'll definitely use them for our next kid or kids whenever that happens. But this is just, ouch, this is just something that doesn't look like a diaper bag, which is kind of cool. And I need to do a diaper bag, what's in my diaper bag video, or what's in our bag video, because it's definitely changed. It's definitely not like your average, like, we don't have the stuff in there that we had with when he was younger. Like, we don't have an extra set of clothes, which we probably should, because Blake is super messy when he eats. Maybe I can do that next. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Oh, what else? Blake Blake drinks cow's milk. We get the organic, I think it's called Horizon, the brand. He drinks vitamin D milk. He absolutely loves it. He drinks 8 ounces. I don't even measure it, but it's a cup. I think maybe it might be even more than a cup of cow's milk. And then in the morning with breakfast, and then with dinner. And it's so strange because we were on, 8 ounces this time, 8 ounces this time, 8 ounces this time, 8 ounces this time for such a long time. His doctor, like when we went for his 12-month appointment, his doctor was like, he does not need 30 something ounces of formula. Like that's way too much. So I didn't know. It's not like I've had a kid before, so I had no idea. So she said he needed to be more on a food diet than liquid diet, which was true. He was eating a lot of food anyways, but she said that he didn't need all that formula. So when we switched him over to milk, it was a big change because we didn't have a schedule down anymore. It was kind of like, here's your milk for breakfast, here's your milk with dinner, and then the rest of the time he gets water. I still haven't given him juice yet. And people in our family are like, why don't you give him apple juice, or why don't you give him grape juice, or whatever? He doesn't need juice. And if you guys give your kids juice, that's more power to you. That's totally fine. I'm not saying anything bad about you guys. But in our situation, like, Blake doesn't need juice, and his doctor even said there's no need for it. It's just, if you don't want to give it to him, don't give it to him. He doesn't need it, so I don't give it to him. He gets water and milk, and sometimes I think Blake gets not tired, but bored with water, so sometimes I will give him a little bit more milk throughout the day. Like, sometimes I'll give it to him with his snack or something, just because even I get bored with water, having water all the time, so I'm sure he does too. I don't know. Let me know when you guys gave your toddlers, babies, whatever you guys did, juice for the first time, and if, like, what kind you guys, how old your kids were, and then what kind of juice you gave them. Just because I'm curious. I might try giving him some. I don't know. We'll see. I think Blake has never had sweets. Like, the only sweet thing he's ever had is cake for his birthday. Like, I've never even given him ice cream or anything like that. And it's not because I'm trying to say, no, my kid does not need any of that. It's just, I just haven't done it. He eats really, really, really good. He has his days where he just doesn't feel like eating, or sometimes he doesn't want to eat his lunch. And like, I talked to the doctor about that. I was like, I don't think he's getting enough food. And she's like, she and I don't believe in force feeding. If he's not hungry, he's not hungry. He'll eat when he wants to eat. I'm definitely not going to offer him, okay, Blake, here's your lunch. And if he doesn't eat it, okay, here's your lunch. He's not going to eat it. Here's your lunch. No, I'm not going to do that. It's lunchtime right now, and if you don't want to eat your lunch, then you don't get your lunch. I guess that's how I do it. But he definitely, lately, he's been eating a lot. Like, if I would let him, he would eat all day long. He is definitely a growing boy, and he definitely burns off all of his calories. There isn't anything that he doesn't like. Like, certain days he'll like certain things. Like, some days he doesn't want to eat the veggies that we have with dinner, so I'll give him whatever we're having in baby food form, and he'll eat it like no problem. He just doesn't want the texture, doesn't want that right then. Or sometimes, like, when we have chicken, he doesn't want the chicken, but then other times he only wants to eat his chicken, or other times he only wants to eat his vegetables. So it just kind of, he's so funny. This video is really long and I'm just kind of talking, so I should probably go. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on any other videos, let me know. Comment below here if you want, and tell me what kind of stuff you guys want to see. But I gotta go. Bye, guys.